Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. All right, let's go take a look at the... Well, let's do this. I'm going to save here, because we haven't saved for a bit anyway. And let's go... We'll talk to Lumiere first, since we're right here. And then we'll go look at the crime scene. Oh. Okay, you don't really have anything interesting on you. Hi.
Lumiere?
You okay?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Christ, my head. Not so loud.
Yo, I like your
I need
hat.
to ask you something.
I said not so loud. I have a splitting headache.
I might like his hat better than ours.
He's useless to me like this. Unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off.
Oh!
I'll have to get him some kind of cure or potion.
I have a potion. Wait. Hand over the alcohol.
This
Like
should
that.
sober him.
Henry's hair of the dog. You're getting a nice potion, man. You better like this.
Here. Drink up. Better?
What? Who? What are you doing here? Who are you?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want from me?
I'm trying to find out who killed a certain girl. And I was sent to you.
To me? What for?
Are you Lumiere from the rat house? The scribe?
I used to be. Now I'm just Lumiere the madman.
They say that about you. Why?
Because I was just on some wild goose chase. And what came of it? Absolutely nothing.
But I need your help.
If I were you, lad, I'd leave it be. You can't help that girl anymore, anyway. You'll just end up hurting yourself.
Come now, Lumiere.
Poor girls. Nobody was all that interested in it, except for me. We let it be in the end. We let a monster walk among us. No way. You can't solve this yourself.
I need to know that... No, we need to prevent any more killings.
I'm not doing it for myself. I'm afraid he might kill one of my friends.
A friend, eh? That's not good. Not good at all. I searched high and low. And what did I get out of it? Just mockery. What makes you think you can find out more than I did?
Because I'm good enough, smart enough. Gosh darn it, my reputation's really high with everyone. Let's try this one.
Because I know people and can easily convince them. In the end, they spill their guts.
Thanks, Martin.
Is that so? What about me? Do you think I'll spill my guts too?
A moment ago you were moaning in pain, and now you're deliberating whether or not to tell me what you know.
All right.
Got him!
Talk to me. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She worked as a maid.
A maid? That fits. Yarka was a maid too. As were most of the other victims. What did she look like? What did he do to her?
Here we
I
go.
think that he strangled her first, and then went at her with a longer blade and disemboweled her.
Did you notice the strangulation right away? It took me a while. Maybe you really will track him down.
Do you think it's the same murder?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who were first strangled and then mutilated. If it's not all the same person, they must be collaborating somehow.
This is the 6th one. How long has he been killing?
Probably about a year now. Sometimes it takes him months, sometimes weeks. But I'm including missing girls. Stanya and Zdena.
Are you counting missing girls?
Why are you counting the missing girls?
Because I think someone killed them, and we just haven't found them yet.
Did the dead girls have anything in common?
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper family or background, no. I couldn't find much.
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor and nobody will miss them?
Certainly. If somebody killed the daughter of a local lord, no stone would be left unturned.
But why does he even kill in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe he hates women. Damn it. I feel like I'm going in circles and can't get out.
What can you tell me about Yarka?
She wasn't the first. But thanks to her, people started taking an interest. She was a maid in a German family. By all accounts, she was a pious, polite girl. She was orphaned as a child. The priest from the church of St. Peter and Paul, Father Prokop, raised her. They found her body tossed behind a barn at the edge of town. She was cut all the way from her neck downwards. An awful sight to behold.
Did you have any suspects?
At first, I thought the son from that family did it. A murderer is usually someone close, you know. But then I changed my mind.
Why?
Well, for one, I remembered the two girls before her who ended up almost the same. Besides that, when I talked to the lad, he seemed he wasn't the least bit interested in Yarka. Then his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because she was a harlot who stayed out till all hours of the night. That really surprised me, because Father Prokop had vouched for her good reputation. But who knows? Maybe he just didn't want to admit what had become of her.
Easy money machine. All my settings are maxed, I believe. Yep. And DLSS is turned off. What about Stanya?
What about Stanya?
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern of ill repute called the Hole in the Wall.
Okay.
You said her body was never found. Maybe she just got out of town.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe that. Only there was a lot of blood. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful. The Hole is a world of its own, and the people there aren't very forthcoming with information.
Did you suspect anybody?
You could suspect every second man there. Those people have nothing but thievery and deceit in their eyes. The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya, since she worked for him. But he isn't all that chatty either.
So if I want to learn anything more, I have to ask this Mole in the hole.
Yeah, he still runs the place.
Okay.
And what about that Zdena? You said her body was never found.
Mole.
Exactly. But to tell the truth, nobody spent much time looking for it. Besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim. It's only been a few weeks since she went missing, but I suppose nobody wanted to do any more digging.
But if her body was never found, how do you know she was killed?
Because she was the same type as the other girls. Maybe the prettiest of them all. Young, beautiful. A real live one. Lively as the devil. She was a thief. A pickpocket. I never could pin it on her, though. She always found some way to get out of it.
Maybe she robbed the wrong people and had to get out of town.
Maybe. She had a partner in crime by the name of Strunad. Quite a number. He's always sitting in the hole, boozing. When I asked him about Zdena,
You look quite thirsty.
he told me he'd rather rip his own tongue out than talk.
Do you think he'd be more forthcoming with me?
He might be. You're not known all over town like a catchpole. It's worth a try. Besides, it might still be fresh in his memory. That would be a great help.
And what about the other two victims?
It all started with them, though nobody did much about it at the time. The first one worked as a bathhouse maid. They called her Chestnut. She'd only been in town for a short while, and nobody really knew her. So I couldn't find out anything more. But the other one, Bushka, she was from Loretz. She was a maidservant, too. I also talked to her mother. She said she was really cheerful and outgoing. There were lots of suitors circling around her, but she refused them all. She knew she was pretty and knew she could do better than some farmhand.
You mean she wanted someone higher up?
That's what it sounded like. But her mother never found out who she had her eye on.
Interesting. I'll try to see what else I can find out from the mother. Where can I find her?
In the graveyard, lad. The poor woman died of grief. It's sad to say, but we can't help those two dead girls now. And they can't help us with our investigation either. There's nobody else left who could tell us anything about them.
Again, easy money machine. I responded to you. All the graphics are maxed. I believe DLSS is off. Yeah.
Why were you looking into it? Who were those dead girls to you?
I don't know what people told you about me, but for many long years I was a scribe for Kuttenberg's bailiff. Kuttenberg is a big city with a lot of people. Silver, silver, silver. Mining it, smelting it, stealing it. There's always something going on. The bailiff was always running from hell to Hades, from one rich man to another, settling their quarrels. Often trivial nonsense.
But there are more than just rich burghers and lords in the city.
Exactly. There are common folk, too. There's a lot more of them, and their troubles are usually more serious. So when one of them came to the bailiffs one time, and the bailiff was running around somewhere, I started to deal with it myself. I was pretty good at it, too.
Behind the bailiff's back?
Not really. Andreas supported my activities until recently.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. Sorry.
Oh. Okay. Real quick, someone in chat said, I know you're on maxed, but are you on experimental or ultra? That I don't know. We'll check after this. Yep.
Did you have any suspects back then?
You can always find some suspect. I always dragged the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by force. And they threw up at the sight. Or fainted.
Couldn't it have just been an act?
Fainting? Vomiting? That's hard to act. I'd swear none of them did it.
Can you sum it up for me?
Can you sum it all up for me?
We have 6 victims here. And I believe they were all murdered by the same killer. Unfortunately, we only know a little about the last 4. The most recent ones. By now, we won't learn anything about the first 2. Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant, Yarka. She was raised by Father Prokop from the Church of St. Peter and Paul. He should know the most about her. The next were Stanya and Zdena. Their bodies weren't found, but we assume they also became victims of the same murderer. They both hung around a tavern they called the Hole in the Wall. Stanya was an alehouse maid, and Zdena a pickpocket. And the last victim is Alice now, also a maid. What they all have in common is that they were young, beautiful, and brunette.
Good. I know everything I need to know.
When you learn something more, stop by and see me. You've aroused a bit of hope in me, lad.
Killer has a
you won't
type. That's right,
disappoint me.
Mr. Shilka. Killer has a type. Such a great picture. Unfortunately, what happened is by doing him first, we lost the ability to check the cutscene. Or excuse me, the crime scene. So we are going to go do that first. Yep. And then we'll go back and speed through that.
Whether it rains or pours, shopping here is never a chore. A blessed morning to you. We're now open.
Oh, Barry, I don't care. It wasn't for him.
Good morning.
What do you have for...
If you follow me. Let's see. I'm going to go to you. Still looking for a better hat. I'm not sold on my hat, chat. I'm not sold on my hat. I feel like if we can get like a white one or something, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sold on my hat, and I'm not sold on my hood. I do like my pants, my boots, my gloves, and our new jacket, though. Those are cool. Yeah, this guy doesn't have anything.
Maybe next time then, sir.
Maybe next time. I'll cut
Are
in
you trying
half.
to threaten me?
Sorry, what? No? Anyway, settings. So we were wondering, everything is on ultra. Wow. Damn. Okay. Dude, look at the reflection on the water at the bottom of the screen. That is actually insane. You can see the side of the building. Like, wow. 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 It's crazy. This looks majestic. It is majestic. Yeah. This is majestic ass stuff right here. And that's just ass stuff right there, but slightly different. What? I can't go through here? Oh, that's weird. Okay, I guess we can go down here. Then we'll go over here. Okay, cool.
Be careful. It isn't safe around here.
Oh, I wish I could talk to you about that. Hi.
We're open. Fresh goods.
Maybe Bethesda can borrow their engine. We went on we had a long talk about Bethesda earlier today. I'm gonna save it. Enough of that for now. We got to go down and get these 2 quests. I keep putting that off every time I pass them. Maybe we'll no, you know what? I'm gonna focus on this quest. We'll come back and get those later. I love how it keeps it marked on your map. That makes it so easy for completionists like me. It's fantastic. That's a butt playing a trumpet. That should be my coat of arms. Maybe my butt of arms. All right, let's go. Can someone please provide a TLDR about the Bethesda rant? Oh, we were just talking about how their company's stuck in the past, both by their game decisions and their engine decisions and the type of company they are. Yeah. And we were also lamenting about how unfortunate it is that there's a good chance that they're stuck on the Gamebryo engine and that that's probably going to be terrible for them long term. Yep. So. Was that sign the Assy McGee sign? Assy McGee. I love Assy McGee. Let's see. Examine the puddle of blood. Who is Assy McGee? Google
This
it.
is the place. There's a lot of blood and some footprints. I'm not sure how much more I'll be able to find. Christ, that's a lot of blood. But after seeing what they did to the girl, I'm not surprised. I'm not sure I'll be able to find any remains. I wonder what happened to them. I can't make anything out of this. The whole town's been walking around here. There could have been one killer or a dozen. I'm surprised I haven't completely trampled out the blood. It's hard to make out, but I think I see some slashing from a blade.
Draw conclusions. You literally said there's nothing we can learn from any of this. What are you going to draw?
So, there's still a lot of blood left, but I expected even more. I found some faint blade marks. Either the others were trampled out, or someone skilled was wielding it. It didn't look to me like any remains were left lying around. I've no idea what he did with them. Did he keep them or throw them away?
Okay. I'm still glad we did that. We may get some more stuff for the future. But I will say, a couple weird things. He said there was not a lot of blood, but it is right next to a pond. So, I mean, and it's clearly draining into it. And second, he made a point to mention that there were no parts left behind, but the grave digger specifically said they're having problems with people wanting to take stuff off the corpse. So why would the people here not take any parts laying around too? Okay. But yeah, still glad we did it. Did he eat them with a nice Chianti? You know, probably. I think that's, yes.
Be careful. It's not safe.
Hold on, chat. I'm going to be selfish for about 10 seconds.
Good boy. Where are you headed? Come back. We need to talk.
It is not stopping raining.
Search. Why does it always have to be me? Nothing personal. I just
Oh, there it
take
is,
it
there
as
it
it
is.
comes. You're the third guard to stop me today. So you admit that you're suspicious? No, I'm just unlucky. You can say that again. Plenty of time for what you've got on you. You can go.
God, that sounds so good.
I'll have you clapped in the pillory, and I'll take it anyway. You've got to be kidding me. Well, what's it going to be? Too close to the other. It's not safe. Fine. Here.
That feels so good, dude. I love that. You know, I don't do ASMR. I've never been interested in it, and frankly, it's always been weird to me. But maybe what I get from rain is what other people get from ASMR, and that makes me understand it a little bit. Like, maybe that's just the situation. But there's like rain sounds, like they like calm my brain. They chill it out. like it's literally like turning down thinking and just enjoying the sound. I love rain sounds so much, man. Just love them. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna save just in case, because I don't want to mess this up. Okay, anything else you want to do before this? No, I think we're good. All right, let's speed through this a little bit. Now, we did this a little bit earlier. So if you want to see the conversation here, you can go to YouTube and jump back in the VOD. Yeah. But we're just going to rip through this real quick.
Better? What? My name? And what? I'm trying to make.
Basically, what he's going to say is that he was trying to do the murder. He couldn't figure out anything. He's going to give us a bunch of leads, and we're going to learn a little bit more information about what's going on. You don't seem crazy to me.
Well, you don't look crazy. Yeah. But I am. I'm the biggest man. But I need your...
If I were you, just then come. We let know.
Okay. First, we need to convince him that we're actually going to help solve the murders.
I'm not
a friend. What made?
Because in the end...
Is that... who was
her name?
A man?
I think
Did you know you counted? If it's not...
This is the...
Probably sometime.
All right. Why are you counting the missing girls?
Why are you?
Because I did
decide. Because some of the murders were people that were actually missing. They didn't actually find the bodies, but they found like giant pools of blood with nothing around them. So we're assuming it's the missing girls.
What can you?
She wasn't. She was.
We're also going to learn that everyone was hot and a brunette.
Well, besides that, and is maybe
which is not good.
She was. You said you haven't. Did you? You could see in.
Why are we repeating this? We're repeating this because by doing this first, we lost the ability to check the crime scene. So we reloaded, checked the crime scene, and now we're back speeding through this.
And what? Besides, but if because she's young, I never. Maybe when I asked you, you might decide.
And what?
It all. She don't. But the she said she knew. You mean that's what? In the graveyard. It's sad. There's no.
What?
I don't know. Put him to bait, but they're exact when went behind. Not what happened. I don't want it.
Did you have?
You can all. I always couldn't it faint.
Can you?
We have some 4 of the remaining 4. The next, they both and the lot. What they all.
You know what? I'm gonna. For anyone that wasn't here earlier, I'm gonna let the summary play out real quick.
Can you sum it all up for me?
We have 6 victims here, and I believe they were all murdered by the same killer. Unfortunately, we only know a little about the last 4. The most recent ones. By now, we won't learn anything about the first 2. Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant, Yarka. She was raised by Father Prokop from the Church of St. Peter and Paul. He should know the most about her. The next were Stanya and Zdena. Their bodies weren't found, but we assume they also became victims of the same murderer. They both hung around a tavern they called the Hole in the Wall. Stanya was an alehouse maid, and Zdena a pickpocket. And the last victim is Alice now, also a maid. What they all have in common is that they were young, beautiful, and brunette.
There it is. Honestly, probably the most concerning feature of the murders, because that tells us a lot about the perspective of the murderer.
Good. I know everything I need to know.
When you learn something more, stop by and see me. You've aroused a bit of hope in me, lad.
I do hope we can find out more about the state of the bodies of the other women, though. We did find one of them was cut from throat all the way down her chest, but he didn't mention anything about parts being removed. I don't think we got any information on the other girl either. So we'll have to figure that out. All right, let's see. So here we can go and discover something about Jarka's background. And then down here, we have to go down to the hole in the wall, which we have to get quests out anyway. So we'll do that when we go down there. But let's do this first since we're right here. Yeah. Oh, chat made a really good point. Who is a pretty smoking hot brunette we know that works as an alehouse maid? Who is looking into these murders? Yeah, we may want to pick up the pace a little bit. He's only just thinking about this now? Yes. It's because I am slow.
Good day to you.
In fact, let's
What
go
brings
update
you
her after
here?
this. Yeah, we're gonna go update her after this.
Father, I need to ask you a few questions.
I don't have time for theological discussions, my son.
That's not why I'm here. My name's Henry, and I wanted to ask about the murder that happened recently.
Get up.
That's a good one.
Someone killed and gutted a young
That was Henry.
maidservant and left her body lying by the city walls. And I hear it's not the first time this has happened.
Another one murdered. May the Lord grant her eternal rest. Why is it you ask?
We have to stop the killing.
Somebody is murdering maids here. We have to put an end to it.
Yes, but those poor souls are already at God's side, and revenge never...
I don't want revenge. I want to stop more killing. That's a better reason, isn't it?
True enough. What do you need to know?
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. But I reckon you know that, don't you? What can you tell me about her?
About Yarka. She was an ordinary girl. She served the von Groll family.
Where did you know Yarka from?
I knew her since she was a little girl. Knew her family.
And?
I was her uncle. When my brother and his wife died, I took care of her.
Who do you think killed her?
William, that pig of Satan.
Whoa.
He gambles in the tavern on All Saints' Day and leads the locals astray. Yarka always went there to listen to music.
Why do you think it was William? Do you have any evidence?
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser,
Whoa.
a tool of Satan. He messes with poor girls' heads.
Okay. Oh,
It's snowing!
hold on 1 second. I'll be back in 1
I'm
minute.
also way taller.
You are, because you're standing on that. That's not
I'm
okay.
not standing on it.
I'll be right back. Apparently it's snowing. Back in 1 sec. Mods, you know what to do. I'll be back in a sec. I got to leave you with some rain sounds. That's good, at least. Yeah, it's definitely snowing a little bit. So that's kind of fun. All right.
And does anyone else come to mind? No other man spoke with her?
No, absolutely not.
You raised her? A priest with a child?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not the first of the clergy to have a child on the side. But at least everyone knew Yarka wasn't my own daughter.
Appreciate you, Chris. I saw that, bud. What does a priest know about children? Interesting. What's this?
No offense, but how did you know what to do? Without a wife, without a family? I would have been lost.
I was a bit, son. When she was smaller, it was fine, but when she grew up a bit, maybe I was too hard on her.
Did you have her at the presbytery?
How does that even work? Did you have her with you at the presbytery?
When she was small, I could. But when she grew up, she had to go. It wouldn't look right.
Is snow rare where you live? We're on the East Coast of the United States, so it's rare-ish. it happens like, once every few years or a couple years in a row, but we can also go years without it. So, yeah. Where do you think you were too hard? Or why do you think you were too hard?
Why do you think you were too hard on her?
Yarko was an orphan, with no family and no possessions. Her only chance of a good life was a good upbringing. And then, a husband. But the more I led her in that direction, the more she resisted me.
Couldn't you provide for her?
You're well off, though. Couldn't you provide for her?
I couldn't. Even if she had been my very own. More so, since she was my brother's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But how come?
The churches.
The northeast part of East Coast is really snowy. I'm in the southern mid area. Yeah, more towards the south. Yeah, it's not as common here.
Property always remains the churches. They keep a close eye on that.
How did she rebel against you?
How did she rebel against you?
She wouldn't listen. She ran away.
Good show.
She ran around with all sorts. And how did it turn out? She died. And in sin. Such a disgrace.
Chris.
The lords are here.
Thank you.
Thank you, mods, for all you all do, and being such a key part of making this community amazing.
Thank you, Chris, for the $20 tip to the mod team. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you. A disgrace?
Disgrace? What the devil are you talking about?
She was pregnant. Even if she had lived, what then? Nobody would want to marry her anymore.
Oh, damn.
Why don't you respect Lumir?
That's my business. You needn't concern yourself about that. I won't tell you anything.
Dude, did the killer know? Oh, no.
Come now, Father. I'm not just asking out of curiosity. This is about all the dead girls. Isn't it written in scripture, speak up for those who have no voice?
A layman quotes the Bible to me. Fine. Lumir accused me of her murder.
Oh.
Yes. He slandered me in public.
And how... What happened then?
It turned out he was deranged. How could he even think such a thing? He's finished in Kuttenberg.
I've heard enough, Father. I'll be going.
Son, I'll give you some good advice. Don't listen to Lumir. That man has gone completely mad.
You just became suspect number one, big guy. Just saying, yeah, that all, you know, I'm thinking, what, am I going to break into the church and there's going to be like a murder dungeon? And he's going to justify it because he's like saving the girls from a sinful life on earth or something? Oh, Lord. Can you get in here? Oh, we can't go in. The thought plickens. What's in here? Oh, this is where the, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Next time, don't come in here without permission.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. So let's go talk to Catherine. I want to see if we can, like, update her on the situation. Warn her, maybe. We may not be able to do anything, but we are definitely going to continue this quest, I think, all the way to the end. Somebody said, when are you switching to Avowed? Probably like an hour-ish or so. I do want to get a nice big chunk of Avowed in today, too. No, I'm loving this quest, so we're going to be doing this for a minute. We may finish this first before we go back. Is this the right inn? Am I in the right inn? Yes.
Why did you do that?
I'll hack your ass off.
Hey, mods. Can we do a quick gamba? We need red sash guy versus, we need sash versus no sash. Okay, sash versus no sash. Sash is the guy on the left. No sash is the guy on the right. Make it the shortest bidding time we can, because we're doing this. All right, chat. So here's your bid. You've got sash on the left. You've got no sash on the right. Get ready. Oh, and we are now we have less than 100 beanies left officially. So if you do want to get a beanie, we officially have left. Okay, here we go. Blue is sash, pink is no sash. Who's going to win the fight? This is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Peasant Fights. This is episode 1. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, CohhCarnage. As you can see, we have two combatants here today, sash and no sash. We don't know why this fight started, but we do know that it will end with one of them on the ground. So bid now, right now. Blue is sash, pink is no sash. Get your votes in, and we're going to see what happens. All right, I don't know how much time we have left on this. How much time do we have left on this? It doesn't actually show me. Shouldn't be too long, right? We probably got to wait for it to close before we keep going. Oh, it's done. It's closed. Okay, here we go. All right, remember, chat, the proper way to do this is to cheer for your side. If you're not cheering, they're going to lose. Oh, no Sash leaning into a combo. Sash tries to return. Doesn't work. Sash going in hard. Right, left, but nope. No Sash recovers. Tries to kick to push him away. Goes in for the dive, but Sash hits him in the face to cancel it. Oh. No Sash going in, but Sash recovers. Oof. I think Sash, dude, look how bloody No Sash is getting. This is not looking good for No Sash.
Is that the best you can do?
Oh, right in the face. No Sash is not looking good. Oh, big combo.
I'll be done with you in a flash.
You might be. They don't call him No Sash for nothing. Oh.
It's a wonder you're still standing.
Sash is reeling. Oh, God.
Don't hit him.
No, come back.
Mutt.
Ooh.
Christ. I don't have the whole day for you.
Oh! No Sash going for the kill. Breaking the arm. It didn't quite work. Oh. Sash is hurting. Sash is on the ropes, man. Oh! And there it is! Oh my God. We've got a winner. Sash, well done. Final combo there. There you go.
Wake up.
Congrats to everyone who voted for our man Sash.
I'm sorry.
And thank you for coming to Peasant Fights episode 1. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, let's go. We're going to here, I think. Oh no, we're gonna find Catherine first, wherever she is. Maybe she's sleeping. What time is it? Yeah, it's still the day, man.
My younger brother was as hairy as
That was close.